This is Canon's newest Powershot, the E1. As you can tell, it looks a little bit different from other compact cameras. Why might this be the case? Well, according to the press release, it's been designed by women for women. Normally, statements like that mean that the camera comes in pink, has stripped down functionality, and doesn't take very good pictures. I'm happy to report that's not the case with the E1. Canon have made a really nice camera that I think a lot of people are going to find really good fun to use. First up, the obvious thing to talk about is what it looks like. It's quite retro and looks a bit like a 1950s fridge, all curved edges and smoothness. The buttons are well placed and easy to get to. According to the press release, again, the back's been stripped down to make it easier to use, although I can't really see much difference between this and the other Powershots that have been released. However, the buttons are well labelled, which means you'll be finding your way around the camera very easily and very quickly. So, the insides. The E1 is packing a 10 megapixel sensor, which means you'll take pictures that are more than good enough quality for everyday uses. There's an image stabilizer to help correct any shakiness, and lots of other technology, face detection technology, motion detection technology, all of which basically means that you can take pictures and not worry about it too much. The face detection that I mentioned means you automatically zoom in on any face, as you know, but there's also a nice little thing called AF point zoom, which zooms in on the back of the camera so you can see if your subject is smiling or not, which is quite a nice little touch. On the top of the camera, there's this mode dial, which allows you access to all the different modes that the camera offers. There's the auto mode and Canon's new easy mode, and I can't really tell the difference between those two. The only thing I can really see is that easy is a bit like a child lock and stops you using any of the advanced functions of the camera apart from turning the flash on and off. Canon have designed it for beginners, so obviously that's what that mode might be good for, or if you're in a real rush. The other modes include portrait mode, landscape mode, night snapshot, kids and pets, and indoor or party mode. There's also a scene mode, which leads you to a further 8 modes inside the camera, including foliage mode and aquarium mode, which is no doubt incredibly useful if you find yourself in an aquarium. And as is standard with most compacts now, there's little ability to shoot short films. So, there's not much else in this camera, but then you don't really need much else for everyday snapshotting. What can I say about the build quality? Well, you're probably not going to be taking this up a mountain, but it does feel like it'd take a few knocks. It's quite sturdy, although the nice paintwork might get scratched. The only slight thing I have with the build quality is that the battery door flap does feel a bit flimsy and might buckle if you were really rough with it. Obviously, while you're here, you can tell that the camera takes SD cards and AA batteries, which is very helpful if you're in a rush and you've forgotten to charge your camera. So, to be completely honest, if you lead a life full of action-packed adventure, this probably isn't the camera for you, but you've probably already realised that. It'd be perfect for parents or for people who just don't want too much fuss in their camera and just want to take very great pictures really simply. It's a cool, friendly little compact that will go in your bag and you can just whip it out when you want to take pictures and not much else besides. It's available exclusively from Argos for about £159 and comes in white, blue and, you guessed it, pink. For more information, check out Canon's website.